Live, going live. It says you're live. It says you're live. Hey guys, can you hear me? Test, test, test. Test, test, test. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Test. There we go. Can you hear me? I don't want to hear that. There's a weird delay between YouTube and if you guys have watched our live games on Sunday, it's fairly common. You hear this weird delay between what I'm actually saying right now and what actually comes through YouTube. So is different by several seconds. Hello, Manny. Manny, I'm hoping to send you some new stuff real soon. Soon is a relative term around here, sir. Which camera am I talking to? This one? Soon is a relative term around here. Shadowland. Oh, that's Scott. That's Scott Howland, isn't it? Up in Vermont, New Hampshire, somewhere up in there. Hey, Scott, thank you for joining us today, sir. Are you going to Carnage again? I sure hope I can get up there, brother. I sure hope I can. Are you planning on going? We got Michael from Massachusetts is where you are. Okay. Simon Morley, thank you for joining us tonight, Simon. Manny, yes, you are going to. Scott ran a really cool, and I got to play in it, that he ran in Carnage 2 years ago. Carnage convention up in Vermont, somewhere up in there. And it was like a downed UFO, and we were breaking into a top secret German facility to stop them from, releasing the aliens or set the aliens free. I may be making this up. I may be completely wrong about it, but that's how I remember it. That's how the story goes, sir. Joe Little is on here. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. Matt Spence is on here. Matt Spence is playing with me on Sunday. Matt, have you played any games of Pulp Alley at all? Will it be your very first game this Sunday? GW Rules up in Canada. I believe that's Michael. So thank you guys so much for jumping on here with us tonight. Now you will notice that we have no Bessy tonight. Bessy is with her family over in Tahlequah tonight, so she's taking a few days of vacation. And 100% historical accuracy. That's what we go for here at Pulp Alley. So she's, Orville is on here. Thank you so much for joining us, Orville. Orville is working on a Spanish translation. He's starting on the quick start guide, and then I think he might try to take a stab at the fortune deck as well. So hopefully we'll see some more about that very soon. Ryan Crow. Very cool. Hello, Ryan. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. We will go officially live in just about 1 minute, boys and girls. This is my pre-show jibber jabber. The show will be about 30 minutes long, and we got a lot to go over tonight. A lot to go over. So you definitely don't want to miss this one. Including, we're going to set up this table. So that's one of the fun things that we're going to do. We're going to do the table setup for Sunday. That's something I haven't ever shown you guys before. So we're going to do that and kind of talk about setting up the table for folks that are interested in how we do it. Hello. There's Ryan. There's Matt. Let's see. Yep. Carnage. Almost done with the translation of the quick start guide. We had somebody talking about trying to do a French translation too. So thing is, all of those things are very much fan based. There's no way that I can translate, anything. Nor do I have the funds to be able to pay for that sort of stuff. Although I could try to, do this and that, it's not like I can actually pay to have stuff translated. So it's very much a fan-based thing. Dave, I'm curious about the camera setup for your table. May we see the setup? Okay, there's the camera too. Look at that. Look at that beautiful table there. And there's camera one. So I'll go ahead and tell you just real quickly the two cameras that I use most of the time for the live show. This one that I'm talking to right now is the Logitech Brio. And I've had this one a long time. I'm really happy with this one. And we've used the Logitech 920 as well in the past, but that one's been retired now. So this one is the Logitech Brio. And the camera that I normally move around the table that I call the action cam, if you watch our live games, that's this one. And that is the Logitech Stream Cam. That is the Logitech Stream Cam right there. Logitech Stream Cam. And then I run both of them through an application called Logitech Capture, which is gives you a lot of options as far as mixing, and that's actually what we use to switch. So there's no, I don't use OBS or any sort of other hardware. It's all just done through Logitech Capture. That's what we switch. So there's the camera, there's the camera. There's the camera. There's the camera. So it's really nice and fluid. And then that sends it to YouTube and it streams live there. So Matt Spence tech issue. Dave, I'm curious about, okay. Tech issue. Matt Spence, he says he's back. Very cool. All right. Now, unfortunately, Bessy is in Tahlequah with her family tonight. I don't even know if she's watching. They have really, really spotty internet over there. So she said she was going to try to jump on here, but I haven't seen her yet. So it's So 30-minute show. The topics tonight is Q&A. I do have some of y'all's questions written down here, so I'm going to talk about those. Because I don't have Bessy here with me, the chances of me actually spotting a question in the chat is relatively slim. So if you could put a chat in there, a question in there, and I'll try to scroll through it afterwards and try to catch your questions. Or after the show, if you want to leave a comment down in the comments section, that's easy for me to find those. I make sure I always look at those. So, but I do have a few questions to cover tonight. I'm still holding like 3 packages. I wonder if Joe, do you have an order in with me that I have been like sitting on for months, it seems like? Supposedly the cards shipped either today or yesterday, and so it took them forever to get the cards printed. And as soon as we get those cards in, we can start sending stuff out again. But I think I'm still sitting on like 3 orders as new stuff comes in. Not months, just a couple of weeks. It feels like months. I hate it. I hate not being able to get the orders out. So I really do appreciate your patience. Thank you so much. Let's do a question here. Character backgrounds. Have you guys been watching the character backgrounds videos? We do those on Tuesdays, and we call them character spotlights. We've done one for Ramjit and Minerva, and so cool little. I wouldn't call them deep dives by any means, but kind of touching on a little bit of information about them. I think if we ever wrote up their backgrounds, they would probably have a lot more detail. But because I'm trying to keep the videos relatively short, under 10 minutes or so on most of them, I don't go into a lot of detail, but I try to hit some of the important stuff. The reason I bring that up is the last one that we did, Andy Tate, one of our viewers, actually helped with that. So I would like y'all to feel comfortable. If you want to send in a background for one of the characters that we haven't done, send one in and maybe we'll use it on one of our background things. So don't feel like, you have to know the character, because in a lot of ways, you can be the person that helps define that character if you'd like to. So send us in to an email would probably be best. Can I still get the old miniature packs was the question. Yes, as a matter of fact, we've put all of the old packs back on the store through this weekend. So after this weekend is done, we're going to remove all the old packs from the store again. So we added them back on there for anybody that still wants to get, a pack that just has Phantom Ace and Pulp Girl instead of the new way that they're lined out. Now, just to be clear, we are not discontinuing any of our miniatures. We are not discontinuing our miniatures. We are simply changing the way they are packaged. So just to be clear on that. Hey, a question I sent out today was, what size bases do you use? And I would like to know if you guys, there's a Bessy Webb on there. I see a Bessy Webb. Hi, Bessy. She left me. I'd like to know what size bases you guys use. So put some chatter in the window right now for me and tell me the favorite size base that you use. Now, it doesn't matter a lot to me what you use. And I would really encourage you to use the base size and that you like. That's always been my preference. It doesn't matter what everybody else uses. I just do what I want, So from that point of view, for the last, 6, 7, 8 years or so since we started making our miniatures, we have tried our darndest to package them with 20 millimeter plastic slotted bases. But apparently we are the only game company in the world that likes to use 20 millimeter slotted bases, and they have become incredibly scarce out in the world. So we have run into a situation where quite literally we have been waiting over 6 months for an order of 20 millimeter bases, and just all over the place we cannot find any. So, and we don't order them like 10 or 100 at a time. We order them in the thousands. So the situation basically is that we're looking at switching to 25 millimeter. Like I don't use them anyway. I use my own Ultra Inviso bases. So if it doesn't matter to you guys, or if most of you are using 25 millimeter anyway, then we might as well just go ahead and switch and stop, that way I don't have to pull my hair out over trying to find 20 millimeter bases. So I would like some chatter from you guys to let us know what you think. We'll be back in a day. Max says, hi, Dada. Oh, I miss you guys. Is Max watching? Here's a rules question. And I want to get this quick because I want to go over and set up the table. I want to show you guys me setting up the table real quick. So just a couple of rules questions, and these are kind of interesting. So I wanted to share these with you. Epic Predator. So an epic character with the Predator ability, are they still limited to not being able to move over 6 inches? And yes, if you give them the armored ability, they cannot move over 6 inches unless they're rushing an enemy. So Giving them predator and armored does not allow you to ignore the effects of being armored. Here's another really good question. I found this one amusing. What happens if I give a character the lucky devil ability and then give them the unlucky ability? How do those work against each other? So that's really interesting. And the question was basically, if I take unlucky and then I take lucky devil, does that mean I get to ignore the negative effects of unlucky because they can't play any cards on me? And the answer is almost, because what you got to remember that the only thing that lucky devil stops is the cards that somebody plays at the start of your activation, when you activate. Any other cards that they play during your activation, they would still be able to play. So things like a stumble or a sidestep or a misfortune, or then there's just tons. I'm not going to sit here and name them all off, but anything else that they would play during your activation, they could still play and they would draw a card for. So that's that. Okay, I guess that's all I'm going to do there. I'm going to go over to the table and start setting stuff up. If you have questions, Manny Marino says he mostly uses 25 millimeter. Scott Howland says he uses 25 millimeter. That's what I'm seeing from most people. So I just don't know if I was still using bases, if I was still using slotted plastic bases myself, I would use 20 because I like the small size. But I think most people out there are using 25 millimeter. So there's just no reason for me to pull my hair out over trying to find 20 millimeter bases. Okay, I'm going to walk away. I'm going to walk over here. Look at me. Am I showing you my back? Hey, look, here's the table I'm going to set up. Now, the table I'm going to set up is going to be something similar to the scroll scenario. So for the scenario on Sunday, it is scenario number 11 out of the China Station, and it is called the Moon Festival. I really like this sort of scenario. I think these kind of scenarios are so much fun. And whenever I would play like role-playing games, when I would be a game master for like Dungeons and Dragons or RuneQuest or one of those kind of games, I really liked Pendragon was another one that I used to play a lot. I really liked doing social scenarios that did not really involve any fighting, but gave the players an opportunity to compete in contests and that sort of stuff. So that's really what this is a throwback to, almost like my old D&D and RuneQuest and Pendragon sort of days. So this is represents the Moon Festival that happens at a monastery near China Station. And each year they have this contest, and the peasants all gather around and they have a fun time. And it is a very unusual contest. So for this scenario, what I'm going to do first is I'm going to set up the plot points. And I know there has to be a plot point in the middle. And then I know there have to be 4 other plot points scattered around. And none of the plot points can be within 12 inches of another plot point. See, that's the, okay. So none of them can be within 12 inches of another plot point. So I'm going to push those back. I'm going to push that. This is an unusual scenario. You don't miss this one on Sunday. This is going to be a ball. So the next thing I'm going to do is bring out the cart. So the next thing you'd want to do when you're setting up for this game is to bring out your jungle terrain cart, because we're going to use a little bit of jungle terrain, mostly around the edges of the table, because that's where the jungle is. So we're going to put some of the jungle out here. Nothing big. This is almost to kind of just show the edges a little bit more than anything else. The other thing we're going to put out here are some walls. let's see, where can I put this one? I'm going to put that right there. And then up front, we'll put one here. I want this plot point maybe sitting up on the pedestal. You guys can't see that, can you? I'm going to move that tree. You still can't see it. Okay, it's right there though. All right, so that's there. And then I need something in the middle, and I'm going to put this, each one of these contests, I need something there. So this is going to be the wall bangers contest here. So the contest here is to bust through this wall. For the contest, the peasants come in and they build a brick wall here, and then each year the contestants have to try to bust through it. Let's see, what else do we need to put out there? Oh, I want to put some houses out there. I want to put some houses out there. I think if I had other players here, you know, I think it's a good idea to kind of take turns and to share table setup and kind of do it with, you know, a player. But the most important thing is to try to be, you know, fair and impartial about the way you set up the table too. You don't have to clutter the table with so much stuff that it's impossible to move. I think some people are so focused on making the table, just filling every part of the table with terrain, and it actually makes it difficult to play, in my opinion. You know, it's almost better to leave some space out there so you can actually play. Let's see. Boulder Dash. Boulder Dash is one of the games that we will be playing. So I'm going to put some boulders around this one. And they put mud puddles all through here. They're surrounded by pools of mud, and you've got to jump from one boulder to the next. Over here, we'll have, over here on this one, we will be doing log drop, where the contestants will have to try to pick up these logs and see how far they could carry them. Can you guys see that one? I'll scoot the house over a little bit. Can you see the log drop right there? So we got wall bangers here. We got, let's see, what's this one over here? Boulder Dash. We have log drop. Let's see, what do we need left? We got ball busters. Ball busters, we'll just put a fire, and we'll just set some fires out here for ball busters. That'll be there for ball busters. And then what's left? Oh, pole riders. We need pole riders out there. So we'll have this fence section here. This will be for the pole riders. Contest right there. That'll make a good little fence section there for the pole riders. Okay, and that should be about it. Now I'd like to put a few other things out here, just to kind of pretty it up a little bit. Let's see what else I could put out there. We have some of these foo dogs to put out there. We'll put those out here. We'll put one of these fellas out there. Let's see what else. There are offerings out here around this old deserted temple. So that's kind of fun to put some odd little offering bowls and things like that out there. A big pot right there. And then I think there were some heads out there. So I don't remember exactly how that other one was when I set up for the scroll. This is obviously not exactly the same, but it's pretty close. All right, I think that's it. I think that's it. I think that'll be good enough for Matt and I to play this these contests. So the way this is going to work is that you don't know which contest is going to be happening or when it's going to happen. So at the start of each turn, you have to draw one of the cards to find out which contest is going to happen at the end of that turn. So then everybody has to kind of scramble for it. So if you find out that Boulder Dash is going on, then you have to run that way. And then if you're within 3 inches of the contest marker at the end of that turn, then you can compete in that contest. Also, you can harass each other. So there's going to be a lot of fun. There's going to be a lot of fun as we go through this. I think that's it there. So let me know how you guys go about setting up your table. You know, there's some rules in the rule book, but it's kind of kept fairly sketchy because I think it's important that people should feel comfortable with making their own tables, you know. So, yep. Oh yeah, we got to have pigs out there. Oh yeah, we didn't get the Cabbage Cart out there. What was I thinking? What is going on around this place? We got to get the Cabbage Cart out there. We can't have... Maybe the Cabbage Cart is set up over here at Ballbusters. The Cabbage Cart is over here. I like having this little well out there too. I use this little well a lot. So we'll have that over here. That's a nice one to have out there. We'll have the little cart. Oh, you can't see it there if I put it there. How about if I put it on that side? You can see it there. Oh, and the piggies. If you guys have seen my tables, you know I like to put my piggies out there. So we'll kind of just scatter some piggies around. They show up in more often than not. You'll see pigs sitting around on my tables because, you know, they're kind of fun. All right. How's that? Is there anything else I need to put out there? Is there anything else I need to put on there? Or Cabbage Cart? Yeah. Yay, Cabbage Cart. Yes. Very cool. Very cool. All right. Now, I know that there are some folks that have asked to get involved in the Sunday game, and I have yet to contact you and actually sign you up or put you down for a date. I think Alan Shanks is one that I haven't actually got them written down, so I apologize for the delay there. So as soon as I can get a little bit of time, I'll try and make sure you get scheduled. So as I come to the end of a cycle, then I go back and start trying to fill in the schedule again. And so that's where all of that'll happen. All right. I think that's it for tonight. I miss Bessy a lot. I wish she had been here, but I know she's having fun in Tahlequah with the family. Let's see. So I guess I should say, if you would like to play on a Sunday, please make sure you get signed up. Send me an email because that would be the best way to contact me. And I guess that's it for today. Do I have any other questions that came up? I don't see anything. So I guess we are going to call that good. Guys, thank you so much for watching. I really do appreciate all your support. Double check my list. I feel like I'm forgetting something. Guess not. That's it for tonight then. Bye, everybody.